Well, the time's just gone 3 minutes past 10 as we head towards closure and we wrap up the program. And this is the last Friday before the month of Ramadan. And Alhamdulillah, once again, Salaamedia has had the opportunity to bring Ramadan 2024 to your homes. It is a highlight for us on the broadcasting calendar for the year and always energized during the month of Ramadan and looking at our programming, our change in programming, and taking you through this entire journey of Ramadan. And joining us this morning is none other than our COO, Brother Ponti Israel Molatsani. Ponti, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Juma Mubarak to you.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Juma Mubarak to you too, Uncle Knight.
Yes, Ponti, Ramadan upon us, a few days away. And again, putting our thinking caps here at Salaamedia in terms of what we are going to do as a broadcasting organization and how we're going to approach this month of Ramadan. Now, Alhamdulillah, in previous years, there have been a lot where we brought in a lot of new faces. We brought in different voices during the month of Ramadan. And I'm sure this time around it's going to be no different.
Yes, Uncle Knight. It's not going to be different at all. In fact, we've got a few other people that are going to be joining us this time around. And our theme, we just wanted to focus on, the journalists that have fallen, many of them putting their lives at risk, covering this ongoing genocide in Gaza. So as a result, we have come up with a project where we bring in as many faces as we can. I'm talking about the likes of Zahira Bam, Shaista Token, Najma Kota as well, and a few others as well. So Ramadan for us is a time of prayer, reflection, joyful meals. But one cannot help but to think about the challenges, the hardships that the people of Gaza will be going through, especially even on this day. As you know, being International Women's Day, you can imagine what women, what ladies in Gaza are going through and tonight.
Well, certainly, and also I think what you are saying about the fallen media and fallen journalists in Gaza, and this has been always our position, even at the time of the PMR Awards. We said we are dedicating this to the journalists who have fallen in Gaza, and we will still continue. Obviously, Ramadan is here; it puts us on a spiritual level, it puts us to a different level. But at the same time, Ramadan is also a month of unity, a month of solidarity, a month where we care for those who don't have, for those who are suffering, for those who are going through difficult times. And Gaza is going to be no different because we know the magnitude and the level of suffering is unimaginable, Ponti.
Yes. No, it is. You just have the interview with Susan Abul Hawa there, and she was explaining about how Israel is hell bent on making sure that they erase all the historical sites of, and all everything that is important to the people of Gaza. They just want to erase. This is going to be a very difficult Ramadan for the people of Gaza. We saw the talks falling off there in Cairo over the past few days. We are hoping that there will be a ceasefire at least days before the month of Ramadan, but it doesn't look like there's going to be a ceasefire. So it's just going to be a very difficult one. And I'm sure everyone in the Muslim world, or every Muslim around the world, will spare their thoughts and their du'as, prayers to the people of Gaza, inshallah.
Inshallah. Now, also, together, obviously, with we are talking obviously about global issues, but also looking at it from a local perspective, from a Salam Media perspective, in terms of heartwarming stories coming out of South Africa during this month of Ramadan. And I'm talking about community initiatives and also this whole journey that gives us an opportunity to introspect and to reflect on our spirituality, but also taking a look at local community initiatives during this month of Ramadan. And I suppose, a fair amount of our programming is going to be around these issues too.
Yes. Just to take you through our calendar for this coming month of Ramadan, we've got a suhoor program from 4 to 6 a.m. It's going to be done by an alim, and we will reveal the name of this alim on Sunday, inshallah, when we share the posters of everyone that's going to be doing programs on Salaamedia this Ramadan. And then there's also news and views done by Sister Zahira Bam Ismail there. She is a humanitarian, a speech and audiologist by profession. She's no stranger to many people, especially the Muslim community here in South Africa. And we also have got mid-morning talk shows between 11 and 1. That is from Monday to Thursday, and it's going to be done by different people. There's Yasmin KT. Listeners would remember that she has been doing some programs leading up to this month of Ramadan. On Tuesdays, Najma Kota, a veteran broadcaster with over 20 years experience in the media industry. I'm told she's actually the first Muslim woman to be on radio. So she's going to be doing a show there between 11 and 1 on Tuesday. And on Wednesday, there's Julie Ali. Julie takes a break from news and views and just take it easy on Wednesday between 11 and 1 to do a bit of medical related and psychological programs there. And then on Thursday, or on the same day, on Wednesday between 2 and 4, Apa Mariam Mia will be focusing on education. She's very passionate about education and stuff like that. So she's going to be having programs there on education and stuff like that. And then on Thursday, there's Sister Shaista Token. She's a life coach by profession. And I understand just by speaking to her 2 weeks ago, she said she wanted to unpack the whole concept of zakat with different alims on the show there. And in the evenings, we have, as just towards iftar. Right now, you will be doing the iftar drive there Monday to Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. And then from 6 to at the time of breaking our fast, Mulana Yunus Kawanga will take us there, and he'll bring on board many alims, and we call this our spiritual hour. So Mulana will assist us there, and in the evening we end the show, a live shows with Sheikh Muntaha Ibrahim Kenny there with Halkatul Quran, inshallah.
Well, alhamdulillah, in fact, there is just so much variety in terms of what you've just described throughout the day and also towards the evening as well, alhamdulillah. And it does actually, encompass exactly what this month of Ramadan is all about, alhamdulillah. So that is very, very heartwarming and Poti. We're certainly looking forward to that poster that will come out the weekend so that we can actually share this with our listeners, with our viewers, and just with the general Muslim Ummah in terms of what Salaamedia and our Ramadan broadcast is going to be looking like. But I know it's a very, very busy period. So alhamdulillah, it's well done to the team, alhamdulillah. And also at the same time, it gives us an opportunity at Salaamedia to reflect in terms of where we've come from as a media organization and where we are actually going to from here.
Yes, absolutely. There's a few of our presenters also that will be keeping our listeners company there in the weekend. There's also a book night show by Shafinaz Hassim. There's a history program by Shil Garda between 3 and 4 on Saturdays, and then the weekend drive by Zahid Jedwad and Maurice Alakan on Sundays between 3 and 4 as well. I think prepared a whole lot for our listeners, and we also like to appeal to our listeners to ask them to please spare their thoughts, and being on the musallas, just to ask Allah to intervene, and really give the people of Gaza some reprieve there. We already heard that the news about how the Israelis will be allowed in Masjid al-Aqsa. So one can tell that it's just going to be a very, very tough time there. And we know what the Israelis and Zionists are capable of doing, especially during the month of Ramadan. So spare thought there, inshallah.
Yes, inshallah, and certainly at Salam Media, we will obviously bring out developments out of Gaza, out of Masjid Al Aqsa. All of that is going to be part and parcel of our programming during the month of Ramadan. Ponti, Jazakallah khairan so much for that, and also for coming on and sharing what you have with us in terms of what is in store for our listeners and viewers right here on Salam Media. And I'm sure that closer to time, there will be messages coming through from our presenters, from our management, and all of that to our listeners and our viewers, just to express our thanks, our appreciation for being so loyal to us, and also not forgetting our advertisers, our sponsors, and just generally everybody else, yeah, that is associated with Salam Media.
Yeah, we will be doing a moon sighting on Sunday. These messages will definitely come through where we thank our listeners firstly, and where our well wishers and our advertisers together with our presenters there, and staff members. So people should look forward to this moon sighting program there, inshallah, on Monday evening, inshallah.
Inshallah. Jazakallah khairan so much for that, Ponti. Have yourself a wonderful Jummah as well. And looking forward to obviously linking up once again over the weekend. But for now, have yourself a wonderful Jummah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Our COO, Ponti Molotani, providing us with an insight in terms of what we can expect at Salam Media during the month of Ramadan. And this being the last Friday of this month of Ramadan, once again gives me an opportunity to wish each and every one of you a wonderful Jummah, inshallah, Jummah Mubarak. And please do what we have to do, what the ulama encourage us to do in terms of reciting abundant durood on Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Let us recite Surah Kahf. Let us get closer to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Let us use this opportunity to thank Allah Subhanahu wa Taala for His mercy, for His bounties, but also let us make use of this opportunity of thinking about what we're going to do on this day of Jummah, but also at the same time look at ahead at the month of Ramadan. And these are simple, simple things. Spare a thought for those who are going through very, very difficult times, whether it's through man-made or other disasters, poverty right across the entire world. We spoke to Africa Muslims Agency talking about just the poverty levels in Sri Lanka, where people breaking their fast with contaminated water. Now that alone should get us to think, and also looking at our people in Palestine, and at every given opportunity, whether we're sitting at the iftar table and breaking our fast, think of those that will be breaking their fast amongst all that rubble in Gaza. When we're waking up for suhoor, there is no electricity, there are no lights in Gaza. What kind of suhoor people are going to be experiencing there? When we're going for Taraweeh, we're going to the masjid, there are no masajids. Under what conditions are they going to be reciting their Taraweeh Salah with bombs all over the show? Now, these are simple, simple things that we take for granted. We take for granted. We will talk, go into the masajid. We will talk about whether it's too hot in Ramadan during Taraweeh, whether the fans must go on, whether the air cons must go on. The weather conditions are adverse in Gaza right now. They are in the middle of winter. How does one read Taraweeh Salah amongst all that rubble? They don't even have a carpet. You don't even have a musalla. These are little, little things that we need to think about, inshallah. And that will go a long way in raising our own humanity, our own spirituality during the month of Ramadan. If we don't talk, have yourselves a wonderful Ramadan. Once again, Jazakallah to everybody for your well wishes, for your du'as as well. And let us continue remembering the Ummah in our du'as. With that, I'm signing off. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.